I am here today speaking with my friend and colleague, Thea Fast, who has been dialoguing with us in our intuitive prowess spaces. And recently we were having a discussion that touched on the work of Linda Kohanoff. And Thea said, well, perhaps we would like to record that story. And that sounded like a wonderful idea to me. Thea, do you want to say a little more about where that conversation began with you, and we can unfold it together?
Thanks, Max. I'd love to. And I've been going through a process in social media and in my life of learning how to ask for what I need and be more active in relationship instead of just accepting what happens. We tend to just kind of accept what happens like we do with our pets or in our relationships. We don't necessarily step in and lead for our own well-being and the well-being of all, because it's easier to just stay passive. So stepping into an active role, I was at the apprenticeship in 2011. And Linda was inviting us to assert our own dominance. And so I was within the groups that I was in, but I wasn't getting the outcomes that I wanted. So in a particular example, we were asked to put fly spray on horses before we used them. That was the task we were given. And all the tasks were just about exploring how you do the tasks, not about getting the tasks done. So I was trying to spray this horse and the horse didn't want the spray. And I decided not to spray the horse because I have beliefs about horses knowing what they need or what they don't need, and it's not going to die if it doesn't get fly spray. So why am I forcing fly spray when it's saying no to the fly spray? So anyways, I got to that point in the exercise, and then my partner took over and took the fly spray away from me and started spraying the horse. Oh. And I said, I was able to say, hey, I really need you to give that back to me. If it has to be done and you're going to do it if I don't, then I want to be the one to do it. Please give it back. Mm-hmm. And she gave it back. But it didn't resolve. There was no relaxed back into, she was pissed off because she didn't want to give me the fly spray. She did anyways. Because I kind of made
your partner in the exercise.
Right. Yeah. So there's always two of us sent to do these exercises. One holds the horse and the other one does the action, like the grooming or the fly spray or whatever. And it's a reflective exercise, a reflective experience. So there was time to catch myself going into compensatory behavior around, okay, this is just what happens now. Mm-hmm. And stepping up and saying, hey, this is what I want to happen now. Mm-hmm. You know, if this is what's happening. And there was another experience I had too in another group where the issue itself got resolved, but the relationship never relaxed back into balance. That it was like they'd alphaed me and like taking the fly spray away from me. And then I'd alphaed them back and said, hey, give me that back. But there was no, oh my God, like, thank you. Like it just had this hardness and a superficial quality to it, and it wasn't clicking. So I went to Linda and I said, listen, I'm doing what you asked, what you're suggesting I do, and I'm ending up with all these people pissed off at me. And I'm happy because I'm not running the old pattern and I'm not doing victim and I'm not pissed off at them, but I'm not getting the outcome that I want either.
Yeah.
You know? And she said, oh, you're missing the final link in the circuit. So after somebody gives you, after somebody exceeds to your wishes, or it's really important to send them a felt sense of gratitude. Like, oh my God. And you can even explain why. Like, oh my God, I was the youngest in the family and things got taken out of my hands all the time. I had such a reaction to you taking that fly spray out of my hands. I wanted to punch you in the head, you know? And instead of shutting up and being pissed off and going away like I would before, I was able to ask you to give it back to me. And you did.
Wow.
Like you did.
Yeah.
And that was a huge success for me. And it didn't feel good after, because I didn't know this part where I was supposed to communicate to you, man, that really completed a circuit for you, for me. Thank you very much for giving me what I asked for.
That's
And it's
really
almost like after the Dom or alpha, you know, the conflicty things,
yeah.
that when you go, "Arr, arr, arr," and they go, "Arr, arr," right?
Yeah.
But you have to get up and go, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Relationship.
Thank you. Yeah. So the one on the bottom needs the one on the top to go, oh, wow, that really worked for me. Thank you. We came back into balance and harmony. So appreciative of that.
That feels
And a
so
complete
important to me.
circuit in nature.
Yes. Well, it feels like if you have a balanced ecosystem where the energy and the nutrients are feeding through all of these conduits, not one way, but continuously cycling. It's like currency before monetary currency, when shells, shells and different kinds of gifts would be circulated through the whole community, not pool in one place and get stuck there. And dominance and submission and power flow, power dynamics are a lot like that. That's very interesting to me.
And it's almost like through the explanation, right?
Mhm.
You're up here, you've just got your way, they've acceded to your wishes, that what you want to do is come down and meet them where they are. So you're not elevating them, because that's not your role, other than as an authoritarian superior, right? That your role is to come out of defense. You've just won. You've won a victory. Come out of defense and back into peace. And then peace can reign. But peace can only reign if the behavior or the action took you back into balance as well. You know, like by asking for the fly spray back, I was addressing an imbalance she'd offered, right?
Right.
And then when she gave, then I need to give back to her so that we come back into alignment again.
In recognition of the gift of it.
Yeah. But it's attending to, like, meta level doesn't work. It's like it's attending to something in a smaller scale, like a down scale of the emotional and communication, power dynamics in the relationship.